Ty Bartell in with another edition of Coach's Corner. This time we go over to my man with the Western Reserve Lady Blue Devils, Mr. Steve Miller, joining me today. Coach Miller, how are we doing?
We're doing good. Numbers aren't as high as we had wanted, but girls are working hard. We're excited to get going and see what we got this scrimmage on Saturday.
You mentioned that you have that scrimmage coming up too. It is scrimmage season. It's practice season. Out of the practices that you have been able to have with the girls, what have you seen? What has stood out to you?
Well, we started maybe a little later, a couple of days later. We started last Monday, so we're into our second week now. Like I said, the numbers are low, but the girls are working hard. So we have 11 total girls out right now, but we seem pretty fast. We're pretty athletic, a little bit different of a style than you've probably come accustomed to watching us lately. Usually we've been a little bit locked down defensively, slow it down, and want to score 35 points. This year, if we're around 35, it's probably not going to be good. We're gonna look to get it up and down the floor a little bit and score a little bit more. So you're gonna have to talk quicker at our games this year.
Yeah, well, we're excited to see this a little bit new style, and I know you're a coach that you're gonna cater to whatever the team's strengths are, and you seem to say athleticism being one of their strengths. Who are some of the players on this team that we could expect to get some serious minutes on the floor this year?
Well, we have two seniors, Izzy Morrow and Amanda Hamilton, and certainly with their age and with their physicality, we're expecting big things from them, and from being strong physical players. You know, Izzy's athletic too, so she runs well for a post player. So even with her size and her length, she gets up and down the floor. So she knows she has to get up and down because she's chasing some quick guards. We bring back a first team All League player last year in Quincy Miller. Kylie Ramsey has had a great summer. She's been shooting the ball really well all throughout the fall. Expecting big things from her. She was a second team All Leaguer last year. And Gianna Leone, she got her feet wet last year. Came in and played well for us, even in a tournament game. So as a sophomore, we're expecting big things from her. And the way she shot the ball yesterday, I said, I hope you eat whatever you ate today a little bit more often because, she was lighting it up. So we're shooting the ball well from the perimeter. We're running pretty fast right now. Defensively, we might be built a little bit different. We played exclusively man-to-man last year. When I say that, probably 95, 90, 98%. This year, we're going to mix things up a little bit more.
We talk about going into the conference play this year, and we'll get into the whole schedule, but this conference has only gotten stronger, and I can only see that as a benefit to you because you love good competition throughout the course of a season. You love getting your girls iron sharpening iron before postseason play.
Right. It seems like this year we have a lot of new names on our schedule. So our AD scheduled some teams that we haven't played in a while or maybe ever. And there's some new faces. Certainly a common one last year. We played Cheney and they got a lot of bodies back. So we played them game 2 at their place. So that's one we're really looking forward to because kind of gives you a measuring stick where you are early in the year because they did have us down by 20 last year and then we got hot, came back and beat them at the end. So we want to kind of see, well, where are we at this year? Because we know they basically return everybody. And then certainly in conference play, Mineral Ridge. They graduated all that in a senior shooter, but for the most part, they went 8-9 deep. They're loaded and got everyone back with Hewlett and Gilbert and their backcourt with Sandy. So we're expecting that they're probably the team to chase. And they were a full court pressure team. They were an athletic team. So certainly we want to see how our style matches up against them. Springfield, they lost a great guard in Vecchione, but they returned about everyone other than that and led by Brungard. So again, matchups and styles, it's going to be a little bit different, but conference play will be interesting. Jackson played us well last year, for the first half. McDonald played us well for the first half, and Lowville was scrappy night in and night out. Both games with us. So conference play will be interesting, like you said, and we got a couple of non-league games that we're really looking forward to as well.
I'm excited to see to see how you guys play and fare in the schedule too. I'm sure as you know too, with divisions expanding too, not just in volleyball but basketball as well. It's now 7 divisions postseason play. from you looking ahead, have you seen anything that pops up, anything that interests you, anything that's different? What's your opinion on the expansion of divisions in basketball?
Well, personally, I think sitting at Division 7 is not a whole lot different than Division 4, because you're still running into those same teams for the most part, year in and year out. And we're always trying to win district championships.
Mhm.
And once you get to the district and you're in the regional, you start to look at the pool or the teams that might be there in the regional or thereafter. And those are the same type of teams. I mean, you still got Berlin Highland, you still got Waterford, you still got a lot of those same types of teams that are in there down the road, Fort Laramie. But locally, we have Warren JFK, bringing back Ryan and everyone they got. They're probably a front runner locally, Division 7. Mogador brings back, a ton. They were very competitive last year and went and played Loudonville in that district. But, I went down to the state track meet last year, and there was like 9 girls from Mogador that were running in the state track meet. So those are thoroughbreds. Those are athletes, and they're all back on the basketball team. So those are 2 teams as you're looking down into the district. And when I try to build our team and we try to figure out what do we want to do, how do we want to play, and what's going to be our style. I'm always looking at the league, and like I said, the front runner is Middle Ridge, and Springfield thereafter. So what do we need to do to try to gain ground on them? And then certainly then you're looking at the district. So you're looking at teams like JFK, like Maplewood, like Mogador, and couple others, some teams in familiar faces. Cuyahoga Heights will be back there. I mean, you got Cornerstone Christian there. So there's a lot of teams that are still the same, that are predominantly good year in and year out, that are in Division 7. I think it really helped some of the bigger schools. Division 1 and Division 2 only have 64 teams now, so it definitely really helped them. But throughout the rest, it didn't change a whole lot. Certainly, we don't have Springfield now, or we don't have Middle Ridge right now. So there's a couple teams that, hey, okay, they're not there, but in the end, it might just be game 3. You weren't playing as difficult as a game as you could have been, but you still have to get through that in the district final to get out.
Yeah, still got to go through the competition if you want to win it big, no doubt, no doubt. You want to talk a little bit about just this upcoming scrimmage too? What are some things you're looking for from the girls too? What are some things that you want to kind of use as that measuring stick for growth as the season goes along?
Well, even though we've only kind of been going for about a week and a half now, I've really been happy with as receptive as my girls have been to, I guess, the volume of information and plays that we have put in. People that play against us, I think they kind of joke. It seems like they say that we have 10,000 plays and sets, and possibly we do. But like we do. Like I feel comfortable right now. If the scrimmage was tonight, I could probably call 10 zone sets right now and a couple offensive man-to-man sets. So we're usually prepared for that type of stuff. So I'm looking forward to Saturday in the mix of the flow of the game. Now that it is in practice, now that you're going live, just the listening, the communication, the getting organized on the court, and the execution, and then getting it on film so you could kind of look at it and grow and develop from that into the next week or so.
What's your key to getting the girls to be receptive to so many plays and being able to run them? I got to imagine you're a very attention to detail oriented kind of guy.
I don't know. Like, I think I was just talking to someone about that the other day, and sometimes people are like, it's so hard to get girls to learn plays or to do certain things. Maybe it's just the expectations or the way we break it down. I'm not really sure. A lot of times when we do drills, I'll put a drill or 2 throughout the practices that basically I'm like, okay, this play is just putting all those together. So maybe it's the stacking up and them understanding it. And then it's kind of like, and I told them yesterday, it's like we have our own language. It's like the Lady Devil, Blue Devil language. And when I say a certain word, when you're in our program, that means something to you. And then it just builds up as we go. So, I'm up here last night with the youth girls, and we had 5th and 6th grade up here going for an hour and a half yesterday. So I think it's just the building up, being familiar with things and speaking our language that makes it easier as they get older.
You mentioned, and we've talked before, the standard of district championships, and to keep Western Reserve competing for those year in and year out, you got to have those youth numbers up. You got to have involvement at the youth level. Was it easier for you to kind of build that program up, or was it more difficult to keep the program where it is and keep the standard what it is and maintain it?
Well, you say that, but and I get that and I appreciate that, but I have 9 at the varsity level right now. But also knowing that the upper class, they struggled. The upperclassmen I have now, they struggle with numbers when they were in the youth. So sometimes you kind of hit them
Yeah.
peaks and valleys, but you don't want them to be back to back to back. So but our numbers are pretty good at the youth right now. I mean, at third and fourth grade, we've been getting over 20 some girls 2-3 nights a week in to do drills and skills, and then in the fifth grade level, we've been probably mid 20s as well, 3 days a week doing drills and skills. So those numbers have been good, and I think it's making it fun. Now I teach elementary phys ed, so the kids see me. I'm in the school, and you have a different relationship with them when they see you throughout the halls or throughout the community and at the football games and everything. So I think it's me being around that the parents feel comfortable, the kids feel comfortable, and then they're looking forward to being a part of your program and playing for you. Junior high numbers are good right now. We have, I think, 23 total girls in seventh and eighth grade. So, yeah, the numbers are good everywhere but the varsity right now. So we're crossing our fingers that we stay healthy. Injury free, because the talent that we have there, we're strong with. We just aren't mighty in numbers. And then next year, I think we can kind of start getting those numbers back up where we want to be.
I always see the pictures on social media as well. You like to take the team out. You like to do those team building activities and build that connection and relationships with them too. Talk to me about how that helps impact the team and how that helps impact how things go along with the season when you're able to build those connections and those relationships with these girls.
Well, you need money to do things, so like, we've been fortunate that our schools allowed us that we host some, spring tournaments here, and usually just hosting 2 tournaments, we get a volume of money that we throw into our booster bank, and the kids realize that, Coach Miller will spend that money when we have it. All right. And that's what it's there for. It's not to bank it. So, hey, we stock up the refrigerator, we load up our coach's office, and it looks like, Walmart in there, and they could go in there and get anything at any time that they want to eat and drink. That's always something to look forward to. We buy them a volume of, apparel, backpacks, whatever they need. And like you said, going on trips and feeding them. There's no better way to a girl's heart than through her stomach. So, you feed them, you take them out. We went this year and we played paintball together in the summer. So they were able to get back at me a little bit and fire some balls at me. And, we had the alumni girls. Now I've been coaching here. This will be my 12th season. So I had girls as old as 27 that played for me, going out there and getting lit up or
That's
trying
awesome.
to shoot some of the future girls, and it gives them some sense of being a part of something that's bigger than who they are. Because these girls then that were playing paintball in the summer, they're gonna come back and they're gonna be sitting in the stands and they're gonna be rooting for those same girls that they were out with doing something in the summer, and it means something. And then, starting this year, I get text messages for those girls that played and said, "Hey, thinking of you. Good luck. How things going right now for the season?" Whether it's Danny still playing at Robert Morris, or my daughter that played on one of my first district title teams. So it's nice having all those kids still involved, coming back, being a part of the program. And hey, we still feed them, we still buy them. I mean, buy them apparel or do whatever, because once a Blue Devil, always a Blue Devil.
And I love to hear that as well, Coach. Before we let you go, a couple more questions. But first, I want to let you highlight your staff and any other big names in this Western Reserve Blue Devils basketball program that makes it go and that makes it what it is year in and year out.
Well, with my staff, that's new this year. I had the luxury of having Joy Eichert and Bill Capabianca the past few years, and when their daughters graduated, so went they. So kind of starting new this year. So I always put people next to me who I trust the most. And I grew up and I knew Joy and Billy since elementary school. So I trusted and confided in them. So it's not always what they're bringing to the table. It's a trust factor, and they have to have my back, and things like that as far as things that go with the team. So I lost them. So who can I replace them with? Well, I replaced them with my oldest son, Riley. So Riley Miller will be my assistant this year. And certainly was looking forward to maybe moving up my daughter, Kennedy. But now she graduated and she's working for the Mahoney County Sheriff's Department. So she'll just be here and there filling in as a volunteer with us. But certainly kids like when they see her, and she's always a good insight and someone to refer to. I have Alexis Hughes that's been with me. It seems like since the day she graduated, and she's still on my junior high. Again, kids that played for me. Certainly Riley played for me. Alexis played for me. And then I'm adding Marcos Cruz this year, which, I did do the boys for a number of years here. And I coached Marcos when he was in junior high. So I keep people close to me that understand my program, that understand what I want, and how we're going to get there. And that's important. So those are some of the important people. And then I welcome back Jeff Young this year that coached with me, 2000, 2001, 2000, all the way to like 2005 or 6. And Jeff Young now has a granddaughter in youth. So I've kind of passed the torch. So I don't have to have that burden of being there every minute doing the youth in the evenings. I walk through the gym and I hear him speaking that Blue Devil language. And he just smiles and waves and says, "I got this, coach." So it's so reassuring to know that you got someone from the bottom all the way up to the top that's on the same page.
Get that program instilled in them early, Coach. I love to see it. I love to hear it. Coach, you are no doubt one of the bigger teachers in the sport of basketball in the area, and you teach it from the young ages all the way up, and you've taught so many lessons in the sport of basketball. But my theme question for coaches this year is what the biggest lesson the sport of basketball has actually taught you?
I think, I guess it touches me how much that, girls in the kids that you coach appreciate it, appreciate you, and appreciate the time and what you put into it. I try to approach things like every girl on my team is my kid and is my daughter. And that might be cliche, but I think that's a message that, resonates. And I think they feel it if they play all the way through. And those that are seniors and graduate, there's a sense of connectiveness there. So that's something that, makes me think as I'm getting old here and realizing that I'm not going to coach forever, that that's what I would miss the most is the bond and the connection and the relationship that you develop with these kids. Because over and over, year after year, I'll be breaking down films or looking at a team or trying to go back and get old plays or the way we used to do things or run things. Because, I'm working on a matchup this year that I haven't done in about 8-10 years. So I'll go back and look at old films, and then you'll see one of those girls that just played for you and just won a district championship. And there she was in the crowd in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, and she was part of your youth program. So having that, those are the things that are meaningful and that I like, and that's taught me that relationships and coaching, it's a special thing to have, and I'm lucky.
Well, we're counting down the days till the opening tip-off. High school basketball always signifies Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving means high school basketball, to me at least, because they always go hand in hand. So, Coach, shout out your first game. Let Berlin Center why they should be there, why they should support the girls this season, even though you really don't need to. They're a great fan base. But also shout out your favorite Thanksgiving dish.
We're going to Bristol. Never played there, so we're going on the road to play the Panthers. A coach that we've been to communicate with. I've been for the past few years. He will reach out to me, and we'll bounce questions off each other and share film. So looking forward now to having the competitiveness to be able to go there and play the Panthers, who just a few years ago went to the regionals. So a different place for the Blue Devils to travel opening night. So we're going to be ready to go up there and run with the Panthers. So get out there and get ready to go. And that's on the 26th is when we're heading up there. Thanksgiving favorite dishes. I'm meat and potatoes. So I just give me some turkey, give me some mashed potatoes, and I love some gravy. Yeah. So just give me the staples, and then some, some corn that's been grown, and frozen and ready to go, because I don't like that stuff from the can. I like
You need
I
straight
like
up.
I like the real stuff. Yep. So I'm just ready for the regular. I'm definitely gonna have some pumpkin pie and throw some whipped cream on there too. But usually I have to wait a couple hours because I ate too much.
Nothing but the cornerstones for Coach Miller on
Right.
Thanksgiving Day, right? Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck this season. I'm excited to see this kind of new style of play from this Western Reserve Blue Devils team. I know you're always going to do whatever the best team strengths are, so I'm excited to see what the strengths are of this team and how you guys are going to compete in a very tough schedule ahead.
Sounds good. I appreciate you guys covering us, Ty.
Yes, no problem, Coach. I'll be seeing you out there on the hardwood real soon.
All right. Thank you.